You ever had a dream so real it felt like you could touch it? Like you could close your eyes and see it, smell it, breathe it in. You could feel it in your bones. You talked about it, you prayed about it, you worked toward it, and then somewhere along the way life hit you. And when life hit, it didn't just knock the wind out of you, it made you start questioning if that dream was even yours anymore. But I came to tell you today, your dream ain't dead, it's not gone. You just stopped believing in it. See, life has a way of making you forget what you once knew deep in your soul. It'll make you think that because you failed once, you're a failure. It'll whisper in your ear that you're too old now, too tired, too late, that your time has passed. It'll convince you that because the road got hard, maybe you were never meant to walk it in the first place. But let me tell you something, that dream that's been haunting you at night, that thing that keeps tugging at your heart even when you try to ignore it, that's purpose calling you back. You can't kill purpose, you can bury it under fear, you can drown it in doubt, but it's still alive under there, waiting for you to dig it back out. You didn't lose your dream, you lost your belief. Somewhere between disappointment and distraction, you started doubting yourself. Maybe people laughed at you. Maybe the ones you thought would support you walked away. Maybe you tried once, twice, 10 times, and it still didn't work. But hear me, a belief is the engine that drives the dream. You can't move forward if you stop believing you can. You can have all the talent, all the potential, all the resources, but if you don't believe it's still possible, you've already quit. Too many people bury their dreams alive. They wake up every morning and go through the motions, acting like they're okay living a life that doesn't fulfill them. They smile on the outside, but they're dying on the inside, because they know deep down they gave up on something that once set their soul on fire. But the beautiful thing about a dream is it doesn't die when you stop chasing it. It waits for you to wake up again. It waits for you to get sick and tired of being average. It waits for you to finally remember who you are. You gotta stop waiting for perfect conditions to believe again. There will never be a right time. You might be broke, you might be hurting, you might feel unqualified, but the truth is, your dream doesn't need everything around you to be perfect. It just needs you to show up again. You don't need a miracle. You just need to make a decision to stop running from what's yours, a decision to stop treating your dream like a hobby, a decision to stop doubting what God already put in you. When you first had that dream, you were full of energy, passion, and hope. Remember that you didn't care how crazy it sounded. You didn't care what people said. You didn't need applause. All you needed was that vision burning inside your chest. But over time, life started whispering, maybe you're not built for this. And instead of fighting back, you started agreeing. You started lowering your standards. You started saying, maybe this is just how it's supposed to be. No, that's not how it's supposed to be. You don't have a dream that powerful just to live an average life. You gotta go back to that place where you first believed, back to that hunger, back to that fire. Back to that unshakable faith that said, I don't care how long it takes, I'm not quitting until I get it. You gotta reprogram your mind to believe again, even when your circumstances don't agree. You gotta talk to yourself different. Stop saying, I can't. Stop saying, it's too late. Stop saying, it's over. Start saying, it's still possible. Start saying, I'm not done yet. Start saying, I still got time, because as long as you're breathing, there's still hope. You may have lost some battles, but you're still in the fight. You may have been knocked down, but you're not out. You may have failed yesterday, but today you get another chance to stand up and fight for what you believe in. The dream didn't leave you, you left it, but guess what? You can go back and pick it up. You can dust it off. You can breathe on it again. You can rebuild. You can start over. It's not too late. The world doesn't need another person going through life half awake. It needs people who are alive with vision, alive with purpose, alive with belief, because belief, real belief, moves mountains. When you believe again, you start walking different, you talk different, you carry yourself like somebody who knows their time is coming. You stop making excuses, you stop blaming others, you stop settling, you start owning your power. Don't let fear rob you another day. Don't let failure define you. Don't let other people's doubts dictate your destiny. Your dream is waiting on you to remember who you are, to believe again with everything in you. You don't need the whole world to understand your vision. You just need to understand that it's yours, and it's real, and it's still possible. So right here, right now, make up your mind. No more hiding, no more excuses, no more waiting for permission. Look your dream in the face and tell it, I'm back, because you are. You're not finished. You're not forgotten. You're just getting started. Your dream ain't dead. It's waiting on you to believe again. You say you've got a dream, but are you willing to grind for it like your life depends on it? Everybody loves to talk about dreams when it feels good, when it's easy, when it's exciting, but let's be real, that feeling doesn't last. You don't get to the top because you were motivated. You get there because you were committed. Motivation fades. Discipline stays. The dream you want is going to demand more from you than you ever imagined, and the truth is, most people don't fail because the dream wasn't possible. They fail because they weren't willing to pay the price. You gotta grind like there's no backup plan, like you're not giving yourself another option. Because when you give yourself options, you're already telling your dream you're not all in. You can't be halfway in and expect full results. You can't pray for a blessing and still move like you're scared to lose. You can't say you want it and then keep sleeping in when it's time to work. Dreams are expensive and the currency is sacrifice. Every time you choose comfort, you're spending the very thing that could have bought your future. The dream doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care how tired you are, how busy you are, how unfair life's been. It only responds to effort. It only answers to consistency. You say you want success. Prove it when nobody's watching. Prove it when there's no applause, no reward, no recognition. That's where the real grind happens, behind closed doors, in silence, in the dark. It's when you're doing the work that nobody sees that your dream starts believing in you. See, the grind is lonely. It's not glamorous. You'll lose friends. You'll miss parties. You'll have to say no to things that everybody else says yes to. But every no you say to distractions is a yes to your destiny. The grind will test you. It'll make you question why you even started. It'll make you want to quit, but that's the point it's supposed to. Because the grind doesn't just build results, it builds you. It shapes your character, it strips away weakness, it teaches you how to keep moving even when the odds are stacked against you. People love to dream big, but they hate to grind small. They want the mansion, but not the mornings. They want the applause, but not the process. But the truth is, the process is the prize. The late nights, the early mornings, the hours nobody pays attention to, that's where greatness is born. That's where your future self is being built. You don't rise to the level of your dreams, you fall to the level of your work. So if your work ethic is weak, your dream will stay just that, a dream. When you want to breathe as bad as you want to succeed, then, and only then, will you find out what you're really made of. You can't just kind of want it. You gotta want it with every cell in your body. You gotta be willing to lose sleep, to sweat, to fail, to look crazy to other people, because you see something they can't. You see what's possible, and that vision, that hunger, is what separates the dreamers from the doers. The grind don't lie, it'll expose you, it'll show you who really wants it and who's just talking. You can post about it all day, but the grind knows. It knows who's putting in work when the camera's off. It knows who's studying WHOADJUSSTEDT, aring to FIT, tain't comfort, who's sacrificing. It knows who's consistent, and eventually the grind rewards those who respect it. It might not be today. It might not be next week. But if you keep showing up, keep pushing through the pain, keep giving everything you've got when it feels like you've got nothing left, the dream will have no choice but to meet you halfway. There's gonna be days when you don't feel like it, days when nothing goes right, days when it feels like you're putting in all this work and getting nothing back. But those are the days that separate the real from the fake, because the real ones show up anyway, the real ones grind anyway. The real ones understand that consistency beats talent when talent refuses to work. You gotta be obsessed. Not in a toxic way, but in a focused way. When you're obsessed, distractions don't tempt you. When you're obsessed, people's opinions don't shake you. When you're obsessed, pain doesn't stop you. Because you're not working for applause, you're working for purpose. You're working because you know deep down this dream was planted in you for a reason. You're not just chasing money or fame, you're chasing meaning. And that kind of grind, that's unstoppable. So don't wait for someone to push you. Don't wait for someone to remind you why you started. You have to wake up every day and remind yourself, I'm doing this because I said I would. I'm doing this because I'm built for it. I'm doing this because quitting isn't an option. You owe it to the version of you who believed before anybody else did. You owe it to the person you're becoming. The dream belongs to those who grind when it hurts, who push when it's heavy, who refuse to let go when everything in them says stop. If you can learn to love the grind, the dream will become inevitable. Grind for it like your life depends on it, because in truth your future does. Pain, everybody runs from it, but few ever realize it's the very thing that's trying to grow them. Pain isn't there to punish you. Pain is there to prepare you. It's not a sign that you're off track. It's proof that you're moving towards something that matters. Every dream comes with a price tag, and that price is paid in pain. The dream will test you before it trusts you. It'll break you just enough to see if you really want it. If you'll still show up when it's not easy, when nobody's clapping, when everything you planned falls apart right in front of your eyes. Most people quit not because they're weak, but because they misunderstood the assignment. They thought the pain was punishment. They thought the struggle meant they were failing. But what they didn't realize is that pain is the process. Pain is the teacher. Pain is the pressure that turns coal into diamond. Without it, you stay ordinary. Without it, you never tap into who you really are. You've been praying for growth, but you don't grow in comfort. You grow in the grind, in the sleepless nights, in the moments when you feel like you can't take another step, but you take it anyway. That's when you're being stretched. That's when you're being shaped. That's when your character is being carved out. Because you can't carry the dream if your strength doesn't match the size of it. Pain has a purpose. Every tear, every heartbreak, every disappointment, they're not wasted. They're watering the ground your dream is planted in. You might not see it now, but the struggle you're in today is building the strength you'll need tomorrow. You'll look back one day and realize that what felt like breaking you was actually building you. That rejection that crushed you. It taught you how to stand on your own. That failure that embarrassed you, it gave you wisdom that no textbook ever could. That betrayal that hurt you, it taught you who to trust and who not to. Nothing is wasted when you keep moving through it. You can't pray for a big dream and ask for an easy journey. It doesn't work like that. Every great thing you see was forged in fire. The dream is supposed to stretch you. It's supposed to demand everything from you. The problem is, people want the reward without the refining. They want the glory without the grind, but the pain you're feeling right now, that's the gym for your soul. That's where endurance is built. That's where faith becomes real. There are two kinds of people in pain, the ones who run from it and the ones who rise through it. The runners never grow. They keep starting over, blaming life, blaming people, blaming timing. The risers, they feel every ounce of it, but they keep going. They use it as fuel. They turn pain into purpose. They let the fire burn away their excuses, their fear, their doubt. They come out sharper, tougher, wiser, and hungrier than before. That's how you know you're built different, when you stop asking for easier and start asking for stronger. You gotta change how you see pain. Stop looking at it like it's your enemy. Start treating it like your mentor. It's showing you something. Every challenge, every loss, every delay. It's teaching you discipline, teaching you patience, teaching you resilience. The dream isn't testing how much you can enjoy. It's testing how much you can endure. Because only those who can endure deserve to experience the fullness of what they prayed for. Think about it. If it was easy, everybody would do it. If it didn't hurt, it wouldn't change you. That pain is evidence that you're alive, that you're growing, that you're in the middle of something bigger than you. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary. It's not pleasant, but it's purposeful. Pain is the signal that something in you is being reborn. Sometimes you'll feel like God is silent, like the dream is slipping away, like nothing you do is working. But those are the moments where faith is formed, because faith isn't believing when it's easy, it's holding on when everything around you says, let go. It's trusting that there's meaning in the mess, purpose in the pain, and power in the process. The same fire that burns wood refines gold. You're not being destroyed, you're being developed. Don't let your pain make you bitter, let it make you better. Don't waste it complaining, use it as confirmation. Because if life is fighting you that hard, it means there's something powerful inside you that the world needs. The pressure you're under isn't proof that you're failing. It's proof that you're carrying something valuable. Nobody steals an empty wallet. The enemy doesn't attack what's empty. He attacks what's full of potential. So if you're under pressure, take it as a compliment. You've got something worth fighting for. So the next time life hits you, don't ask, why me? Ask, what is this trying to teach me? Don't pray for the pain to stop. Pray for the strength to keep going. Don't curse the process. Trust it. Because pain always precedes purpose. And when you come out the other side, and you'll realize that every scar was a lesson, every bruise was proof of survival, and every tear was watering your future. You'll understand that the dream didn't die in your pain. It was being born through it. Pain isn't the punishment. It's the path. Walk it, because everything you're praying for is waiting on the other side. You see, the dream was never meant to stop with you. It's bigger than your name, your title, your bank account. It's not about what you can get, it's about what you can give. You think the dream was planted in you just so you could shine. No. It was given to you so you could light up the world for somebody else. You gotta dream beyond yourself. You gotta start thinking legacy. Because if your dream dies when you die, it wasn't big enough. The real dreamers, the ones who change the game, they don't just build something for themselves. They build something that outlives them. You gotta understand that every move you make, every decision, every sacrifice, every act of courage is shaping a future that someone else will stand on. You are somebody's blueprint. Somebody's watching how you move. Somebody's waiting on you to win so they can believe they can too. When you live for something bigger than yourself, quitting stops being an option, because now it's not just about you being tired, it's about your kids who haven't seen consistency modeled yet. It's about your family who's never seen someone break the cycle. It's about your community that's never seen somebody rise from the bottom and stay true to who they are. The dream was given to you because you've got the heart, the grit, the faith to carry it, not just for you, but for generations after you. You were never meant to keep your success to yourself. You were meant to multiply it. You were meant to show others what's possible when you don't give up. Your dream can feed somebody else's faith. Your victory can open somebody else's vision. Every time you push through, every time you overcome, every time you win, someone watching says, if they can, maybe I can too. That's legacy. That's impact. That's purpose. The problem is, too many people dream selfishly. They want to make it just to say they made it. They want to win just to flex. But when you dream for a bigger reason, when your why is deep, that's when the dream becomes unstoppable. Because you're no longer chasing fame or comfort, you're chasing change, you're chasing transformation, you're chasing something eternal. That's when the universe starts moving in your favor. That's when doors open that no man can close. Because purpose attracts provision. You can't lead others somewhere you haven't gone. That's why your struggle matters. That's why your story matters. Every battle you've fought, every mountain you've climbed, every tear you've shed, it's all preparing you to lead. Somebody else needs the wisdom that came from your wounds. Somebody else needs the strength that came from your suffering. You're not just living this for you, you're living it for the ones who come next. There's a young person out there right now watching you, and you don't even know it. They're paying attention to your grind, your attitude, your resilience. They might never say it, but your perseverance is giving them hope. You're teaching them what faith looks like in motion. That's why you can't quit, because if you stop, they might stop too. If you give up, they might think it's okay to give up. If you lose sight of the dream, you rob them of the courage to chase theirs. When you start thinking legacy, you start moving different. You stop chasing attention and start chasing alignment. You stop caring about who claps for you and start caring about who grows because of you. You realize that the real reward isn't the car, the house, or the trophy. It's the lives you touch. It's the souls you wake up. It's the hearts you set on fire. That's what makes the pain worth it, the grind worth it, the sacrifice worth it. You gotta dream like your grandchildren will live in the house your faith built. You gotta work like your name will be the foundation someone else stands on. You gotta love like your kindness will echo in generations you'll never meet. That's what legacy is. It's not about being remembered. It's about leaving something worth remembering. So yeah, dream big. But dream beyond yourself. Dream for your family, for your community, for the ones who doubted you, for the ones who will never meet you but will feel the ripple of your courage. You're not just living, you're planting seeds, seeds of belief, seeds of resilience, seeds of greatness. Don't live this life just trying to make a mark. Live it in a way that leaves a trail. So when people see where you've been, they can follow the footprints to their own purpose. You were born to build more than a name. You were born to build a legacy. Dream beyond yourself, because real success is not about what you accomplish. It's about who you empower to dream after you.